Thank you for always watching Sequoise. If you enjoy my channel, please subscribe, like, and notifications for stay tuned for upcoming contents. Thank you so much. Hope you enjoyed today's video too. Sydney trains have so many lines running across the city, but if you take the T4 Eastern Suburbs and Illawarra line and T8 Airport and South line, there are plenty of interesting spots to explore along the way. So today, let's check out some great places you can visit on both the T4 and T8 lines. Let's start with the T4 Eastern Suburbs and Illawarra line. This line departs from Bondi Junction railway station, but I've already covered Bondi Junction in my videos around Randwick, Moore Park and Redfern, so if you'd like to learn more about Bondi Junction, be sure to check that video out. The link is in the description. The next station is Edgecliff railway station. Right next to the station, the bus interchange has a really unique terminal style layout. Even when lots of buses arrive, it's easy to spot yours without getting confused. There are also plenty of shopping options nearby, so you'll never feel bored when you're at Edgecliff. After Edgecliff, the next stops are King's Cross, Martin Place, Town Hall, Central, and Redfern. I've already covered King's Cross and Redfern in my Bondi Junction video, and from Martin Place to Central is right in the city, so those spots are featured in my city video as well. If you'd like to learn more about these places, make sure to check those videos out. Heading towards the city from Bondi Junction, did you know you can catch this? Look at that stunning city view! After Redfern, the T4 line passes through Erskineville and St. Peters before stopping at Sydenham. Did you know that between Erskineville and Sydenham, the T8 Airport and South line runs alongside the T4 line, and from Martin Place to Sydenham, the Sydney Metro City and Southwest also operates. So in this section, the T4 line has so many great connections. I'll save the Erskineville to St. Peters area for later when we check out the T8 Airport and South line. Get off at Sydenham and check this out. Planes fly super close here. How cool is that? If you love airplanes, you've just found the perfect spotting spot. Planes fly this close because Sydenham is right near Sydney Airport. How cool is that? Next up is Wolli Creek. You can transfer to the T8 Airport and South line here, and there's actually a lot of interesting spots around to explore. But I'll share more information about Wolli Creek when we talk about the T8 Airport and Southland later on. I also already made a video here back in 2024, so the Wolli Creek video is in the description. Make sure to check it out. And since I skipped some parts between King's Cross and Redfern earlier, I'll also be skipping a few other stations on the T4 line, since some of them don't have too much to see or might be a bit boring. So the next stop is Rockdale. Get off and turn right, and you'll find some shops, and you can even hop on the 420 bus. It goes straight to Sydney Airport, so this is a great backup route to the airport too. Turn left and you'll find even more. It actually feels like a small town when you walk out that way. You've even got King Street Mall, plus lots of cafes and restaurants to explore. Rockdale has such a lively feel. There are lots of shops and a really active town center atmosphere. When you hop back on the train, the next stop is Kogarah, just one stop away. This place has a bit of a tunnel style, indoor feel, and right inside you'll find the Wollis along with some cafes and other shops, so there's actually quite a bit to explore here. Head out to the left and you'll find a whole bunch of local shops with a nice town vibe, and so many food options to try. Here's something cool. Kogarah has a crossing that looks like Shibuya Crossing. Yep, a mini Shibuya style scramble right here. Anyway, Kogarah has such a lively vibe. There are tons of shops to explore and so much good food to try. Next up is Hurstville, one of the busiest areas on the T4 line. There are heaps of shops, big shopping centers, and so much amazing food to check out. Also, Hurstville has the tunnel style vibe, and when you step outside, boom, so many food places everywhere, perfect for when you're hungry. Hurstville is one of the biggest and busiest spots in Sydney. You've got to check it out. And to top it off, there's Westfield Hurstville, a massive shopping center packed with things to see and do. Fun fact, on the T4 Eastern Suburbs to Illawarra line up to Hurstville, there are multiple tracks, so your train might show up on different platforms. Keep an eye out, it's not always the same side. You've got to visit Hurstville at least once. It's always lively, busy, and feels just like the city. The next stop is Penshurst. From here, the trains start running on fewer tracks, so it feels a bit more suburban. If you turn right, you'll find a straight road lined with local shops. It really has that small town vibe. It's a bit quieter compared to Hurstville though. So, let's move on to the next stop. Next stop is Mortdale. Turn right onto Pitt Street and you'll find a great little town vibe with lots of food spots. Honestly, it feels busier than Penshurst. After Mortdale, you reach Otley, and once you leave, you cross the Kogarah Bridge. Look at those relaxing views. Did you know about this spot? Next up is Jannali. It's a quieter stop with a nice local town feel. Perfect if you're looking for a more relaxed vibe. Next up is Sutherland, another busy spot on the T4 line. Turn right onto Old Princess Highway and you'll find heaps of shops and great places to eat. Turn right onto East Parade, and it's a bit quieter compared to the other side. Also, Sutherland is where the line splits. From here, trains go either to Waterfall or Cronulla, so make sure you're on the right one. And if you ever see a train marked with a yellow T, that's a limited stop service heading further down to the line, sometimes all the way to Kiama. When it departs from Bondi Junction or Central, it usually runs express, skipping multiple stops and heading straight towards Hurstville, and sometimes even express again to Sutherland. I'll cover more about the branches towards Waterfall and Cronulla in another video, so for now, I'm keeping the T4 line a bit shorter, hope you understand. Now let's move on to the TA line. At Central Station, the TA line splits into two different routes. Some trains head towards Sydenham, while the others travel via the airport to Revesby. But for this video, let's head towards the airport route first. After departing Central Station, the train enters a tunnel. The next station is Green Square, but I've already covered that area in my Bondi and Randwick video, so I'll be skipping it in this one. The next stop after Green Square is Mascot. Once you leave the station, you'll find plenty of tall buildings and modern apartment complexes to explore. Since there are so many apartments in the area, Mascot has a very lively atmosphere with lots of shops, cafes and restaurants and people around throughout the day. After departing Mascot, the train stops at both domestic airport and international airport stations, making it easy for passengers to travel by air. After leaving the airport station, we'll arrive at Wolli Creek. The TA line platforms at Wolli Creek have an atmosphere that reminds me of Nevada, which is why I said earlier that I'd be coming back here later in the video. Wow, I almost forgot to mention this. If you're at Mascot, you can also get to both Sydney Airport's domestic and international terminals by catching either the 350 or 420 bus. It's a great option if you'd rather avoid paying the airport station access fee. After departing Wolli Creek, TA services operate in two different ways. Some trains run express and don't stop again until Revesby, while others stop at every station on the way to Revesby. From Wolli Creek to Revesby, the line has two tracks, and after leaving Wolli Creek, the train emerges from the tunnel and continues above ground once again. Meanwhile, as I mentioned earlier, the line has two tracks all the way to Revesby. Because of this, you may sometimes race alongside an express train while you're on an all-stop service. You can also see trains passing through stations without stopping, making this section of the journey even more interesting for train enthusiasts. But before we get to Revesby, I'd like to talk about a few stations between Wolli Creek and Revesby, because some of them have some great places to explore around the station. The first station is Kingsgrove. If you exit on the right hand side of the station, you'll find a lively shopping strip with plenty of shops, cafes and restaurants. It has a welcoming local town atmosphere, making it a nice place to explore. It seriously has so many shops to explore, and one thing I found really interesting is that the Woolies at the pottery is actually hidden in the basement. I thought that was so cool and quite unique. The next stop is Beverly Hills. If you exit on the left hand side of the station, you'll find another lively shopping strip with plenty of shops, cafes and restaurants to explore. Just like Kingsgrove, this area has a charming local town atmosphere, making it a great place to have a walk and look around. You can also find this sky bridge while walking around the area. It's a unique feature that stands out and is definitely worth checking out if you're exploring Beverly Hills. The next station is Riverwood. There's plenty to explore on both sides of the station, with lots of shops, cafes and other places to visit, but for now let's head to the left hand side first. On the left hand side of the station, you'll find another lively shopping street with plenty of shops to explore. It has a local town center atmosphere, so it feels like a typical suburban shopping area. On the right hand side, you'll find even more shops, cafes and restaurants to explore. This side feels especially lively and busier than the left, making it a great place to walk around and experience the local atmosphere. The next station is Padstow. Just like some of the previous stations, Padstow has a charming local town atmosphere with plenty of shops to explore. There are lots of cafes, restaurants and takeaway options around the station, making it one of the best places along the TA line to grab something to eat. The next station is Revesby. This is an important station on the TA line as it's the first station where both all-stop services and the express services stop. From here, passengers can easily transfer between different TA services, making Revesby a major transport hub in Sydney's southwest. First, if you exit towards Mascot Avenue, you'll find plenty of shops, cafes, restaurants and other local businesses to explore. The area has a lively town center atmosphere, making it a great place to walk around and check out what's nearby. There are so many places to explore around here. If you exit towards Blamey Street, you'll also find Revesby Village Centre, which has even more shops, cafes, supermarkets and other stores. It's another great spot if you're looking to do some shopping or grab something to eat. As I mentioned earlier, some TA services terminate at Revesby. If your train continues beyond Revesby, you'll notice that the railway changes from double track to single track in each direction. After departing Revesby, the train also picks up speed as it heads towards the next station, Panania. Around the station, you'll find a local shopping street with a variety of shops, cafes, restaurants and other everyday stores. It's a convenient place to stop if you need to do some shopping or grab something to eat. And that's everything for this section of the TA line. There are a few more places worth visiting further along the line, but they were a bit farther away from the stations, so I'll save those for another video in the future. Now we're back at Central Station. We've just finished exploring the airport branch of the TA line, so now let's check out the Sydenham services and see what this section of the line has to offer. The very first stop is Erskineville. As I mentioned earlier, from here to Sydenham, the TA line shares the tracks with the T4 line. However, only TA services stop at Erskineville. If you exit towards Swanson Street, you'll find a small local shopping street with a few cafes, restaurants and other local shops. It's a quiet area with a nice neighborhood atmosphere, making it a pleasant place to have a look around. The next stop is St. Peter's. This station is also only served by TA services. If you exit towards Law Street on the left hand side, you can walk towards Newtown, where you'll find plenty of shops, cafes and restaurants and other places to explore. On the right hand side, towards Goodsdale Street, you'll find some local buildings and businesses. You can also walk towards Sydney Park, which is a great place to relax and enjoy some open space. Sydney Park is one of the most relaxing and beautiful parks to visit in Sydney, so I really hope you get a chance to visit Sydney Park one day. When I first visited while making this video, I found it so peaceful and relaxing. It was really nice to take a walk around the park and enjoy the scenery. Sydney Park is full of greenery and almost feels like a huge meadow. It's a lovely place to go for a walk, have a jog or enjoy a picnic with your friends and family. It's definitely a great place to relax and enjoy some time outdoors. Trust me, if you love relaxing, peaceful meadows, I definitely recommend visiting Sydney Park. I definitely want to visit here again. You can even ride skateboards around the park and there are also some playgrounds for kids. I used to ride on swings and go down slides a lot when I was younger, so seeing them here brought back so many memories. You can also experience the stepping stones and cross the little stream. I was honestly a little scared to try it at first, as I hadn't done something like this in ages, but I had so much fun doing it because this was one of my favorite things to do when I was a kid. It really brought back some great childhood memories. Today, we've discovered even more places around Sydney, and I really hope you found some great new places to visit. As a YouTuber, I'm always doing my best to bring you plenty of new and interesting content, so I hope you'll continue to enjoy my videos. In this video, it was a great pleasure to visit so many places around Sydney that I hadn't been to before, all thanks to making this video. I especially enjoyed visiting Hurstville and Sydney Park. Hurstville is one of the liveliest and busiest areas in Sydney, with so many shops and places to explore, while Sydney Park was a completely different experience when it's peaceful, relaxing and beautiful meadow-like scenery. Anyway, thank you so much for watching and I'll be back with more awesome content next time.